Hello and welcome back to EVE Online with me, Mark from DadX, and today we're with Crankbot in the Endurance, and we're just heading up to a low-sec pocket to see what we can mine up there and a little bit of a roam. I thought while we were on the way up there, we just have a quick catch up with the last giveaway. We'll look at results there, perhaps when we get docked up, and just talk about some of the reaction to the last couple of videos, which are about the warp core stabilizer changes and of course the low sec mining up on the oil sites and gas harvesting. And I'm pleased to say the feedback to that video particularly was very positive. The rewards are definitely worth giving it a go. You can get in there in such a cheap ship and learn your way around low sec. It's a very good way to do that for sure. So do give it a go. Don't worry about the belts. They're good places to learn how to navigate and read your D-scan and move around. But the rewards are definitely on those signature sites and the anomalies. I've brought the Endurance simply because it has the bigger ore hold. We're actually making our way up towards Assiette at the moment, towards one of my gateway systems, to one of the pockets that I like to prowl around in. Anyway, with regards to the changes to the warp core stabilizers, and as you can see I've got one fitted here, there was a lot of despondency. I know that we can no longer fit, as I may have in the past if I was going somewhere I didn't know very well, multiple warp core stabilizers down in those bottom slots to maximize how well we could defend ourselves in a gate camp situation. Now you're just going to need your wits about you a little bit more. The micro warp drive and cloak trick is going to become much more useful. I'm going to demonstrate it now actually. You can see we are nicely cloaked. What we're going to do, we're heading to that system there. So we've got that selected. And we're going to get ready to click a line. We're going to click a line and then double tap F2 to switch on and off the micro warp drive, and then we're going to hit the cloak with F1 and we're going to recloak. And I didn't even do that as quickly as I should have because I was narrating. But we are now ready, and as soon as we get ready, we're up to speed. We're going to decloak and we're going to hit warp, and we're straight into warp, and nobody's had a chance to target us hopefully in that time, even if they're there wanting to. Now there are ways to defeat that technique by having something there to decloak you. There are always going to be situations where it might not work out. But just by doing this when you go through a gate, whenever you come out the other side, practice this technique. If you can fit a cloak, it's probably the most useful thing that I use a cloak for. It's for making sure I've got a maximum chance of getting through a gate camp. It will work on any ship to an extent, and I am going to do a video testing it on different ships and see how well they'll do. So we'll just do that again. So we select the system, we're going to click a line, double tap F2 as soon as the game will let us, as soon as you can, to get the micro warp drive on and off, get the cloak back on. We're cloaked up, can't be targeted. As soon as we get up to a suitable warp speed, decloak and hit the warp button, and we're straight away, look, decloaking as we go into warp. No opportunity to lock us up. Anyway, I won't go over that anymore, even if I'm doing it in the background. So there are other ways of keeping yourself safe. Also, you might have to do more runs in smaller ships. I tend not to use the Iterons, etc., the big size haulers, simply because they're so slow. Perhaps I have the benefit that I usually am hauling kind of high ISK, low volume items such as loot, rather than big amounts of low level materials and ores, etc. So I don't really have too many trips to do if I just use my Nereus, my trusty Nereus that gets into warp much quicker and in general is just much safer all round. With the magnet you can no longer put 4 warp core stabilizers down in the bottom and give yourself an immense amount of protection from disruption, but you could use those slots to make it align quickly, have 1 warp core stabilizer just in case, and also have a cloak and use the micro warp drive cloak trick there. It works on all ships, great and small. I will be doing a video. I'm going to test different haulers, including the likes of the Epiphal, some of the specialist haulers, some combat ships as well, and just show you, look, for transit purposes, every ship maybe should have a cloak handy and a micro warp drive, like maybe you used to have the warp core stabilizers. And of course, since this is me, I will be testing those fits against live, active, hostile, trying to kill me gate camps. No soft play option for us, hey. As you can see, I've got my D-scan open. I always have my D-scan open. There's an orca guy there. See, I know if I was in the mood for dropping links, I could show him how to use his orca as baits. I doubt he's tried that yet, for instance. But no, sometimes I get overexcited, forget I'm in high sec, and oh, there's a barge. Let's go and kill it. And then I remember, thankfully. But it's always handy to know who and what is around you. Now, I've actually had to go back through the gate because I went the wrong way there. So I'm going to burn back to gate, which is another thing you can do if you land in a camp. Just head back to the gate, get your prop mod running. If you got some tank, you might make it. Do not aggress the guys hitting you because then the gate will be locked. You'll be on a timer, you won't be able to get away. Aggression should only be used wisely when you get caught in a gate camp or indeed jumped on a belt. Are you sure you want to trigger a timer that's going to stop you docking or leaving system? You might just want to run away. Also, of course, he can pod you if you've gone into a fight with him without the big hit to his security status. So it is something to consider. Sometimes it's best to do the Obi-Wan style of dying quietly. Sometimes it's best to put up a fight. You'll learn. A suggestion that a couple of people did make was that when you go up to a mining site, as soon as you get onto the warp in, drop off like 1 unit of ore or ammo or something insignificant. So that jet can there may well decloak anyone that comes up to the site to join you. I don't try that. I haven't tried that, I should say. Maybe I will. I don't know how successfully that works. Warp-ins aren't always that precise, but it might be an extra level of protection. We'll give it a go, actually. I can experiment. Hunt myself with an ult or get somebody to come and hunt me and see if that makes a difference. So yeah, all these experiments remain to be done. I'm finally arriving in the right system. Just seeing what's here. There's a 10% mining bonus because of the EdenCom presence in this system, but there's never a mining site. Maybe those two things are linked. I don't know. Obviously, alphas can't use cloaks, so things are a little bit different, but I've shown you lots of ways to keep safe and mitigate the risk. Most technology just replaces thought or action, so if you employ the thought and employ the action, you can mitigate what you're lacking technology wise quite well in this game. That's what I found anyway. Right, now in the last episode, the low sec mining, we offered these beautiful Procura skins as a giveaway prize to 8 commenters. So let's have a little look at those comments now, shall we? The first winner is JMH105, who makes the comment, look, yeah, low sec mining isn't talked about enough. I think it is a little bit of a secret. It's more lucrative than people realise. It's very achievable, and indeed they will learn the skills to survive in low sec. D-scan is of course the key. Andy Newport, he's commented on a lot of these giveaway vids. Finally he was a lucky winner. He loves a bit of his low sec mining, and it is interesting. Yeah, why do everything half AFK? Let's engage with the game a little bit more. The ISK is there to be yours if you do, that's for sure. Next up, Arrow22. Ninja gas and ore site mining in low sec is cheap venture. I'm very pleased to hear that people are actually out there putting it into practice. And as he's found, people aren't bothering to fight him or hunt him in his little cheap ship, which is quite a good way of keeping off the radar too. Even when more expensive ships are available, especially when you're learning the ropes. John Lenborg Anderson. Thanks for the video. He's lost several ventures in low sec, but he keeps on trying. He's lost some Procuras too. Now, solo barge mining's a different kettle of fish, but now you've got some funds if you sell the skin to buy yourself some new ventures. Don't waste it all on Procuras though. Next up, we have a person with an unpronounceable name, WRDBLX, who just comments that, yeah, he likes being out in low sec, he likes the unpredictability of it, and the fact you do learn as you're going along what's going on. It's fun being hunted just as it is hunting. If you do have a go at hunting, you'll be harder to hunt, and you'll realise that low sec's quite fun after all. Lady Catnip making a comment about Care Bears not being able to put 4 warp core stabilisers in an Epiphout anymore. Indeed they can't. Let's see if the microwarp drive cloak trick helps with that at all. He also got a very nice solo kill on an RT Macarial recently in his, I think it was his Loki. I can only assume he got under his guns and fired his hams until the other guy ran out of cap boosters. Probably shouting quite a lot in local, so well done for that. I do like the solo kills. Next up we got Christian Wilborg, who went to grab a cup of coffee, and in 25 seconds he was dead on a low sec belt. Well, it's 1-1 for his low sec adventures so far, but yeah, You turn your back for a moment, it can all go horribly wrong. It's happened to me, it can happen to you. And last but by no means least, we have Onyx Tribble. He's been a high-set Care Bear for a while. Thanks for the vid. Hopefully I've tempted you out of your Care Bearery. Now, it's well worth having a look in low sec. It's a whole dimension of the game you will not find out there in the safe zone. Or should I say the safer zone? So there you go. Well done to those guys, and thank you to each and every one of you that comments, participates in any way, whether it's in the video comments, in the Discord, etc, etc, or indeed in game. It's always nice when people say hi and drop me a mail. Anyway guys, we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to be back very soon. It is a busy holiday weekend here in the United Kingdom, and we're actually allowed to mix with each other reasonably freely, and we are. So I've had to make this a little bit short and swift this week for you. But we'll be back very soon. For now, take care of each other. Remember, even is believing, fly brave, and for now, goodbye.